Okay, it's been recorded. Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you for coming. This has been, I don't know, almost 1 year since the pandemic. Pandemic is already more than 1 year. So I don't know, maybe more than, so one year has 52 weeks. So this podcast, not podcast, this webinar has been more than 52 times. We are doing here webinar, minimum 52 times, because other times we also do other webinars with different topics. Okay, so today we'll be talking about the shell scripting, Linux versus Mikrotik. As I said, this is a big topic, so perhaps we can just cover just one of them, maybe Mikrotik or Linux. Yeah. I was thinking, yeah, it was big ambitions to cover both of them, but when I thinking again, when I create the slides, oh, okay, guys, this is quite a big topic. uh, I think we'll be focusing on Mikrotik tonight. Yeah, we do some Linux, show some scripts, but it should be okay. Huh? Okay, yeah, just continues. Oh, I forgot to update the agenda. Yeah, this is from last week. Okay, so agenda is introduction, prerequisite knowledge. Yeah, I need to update this one. And then talking about some prerequisite knowledge, and then talking about a Linux scripting. And after that, let's talk about the Mikrotik scripting. Yeah, I think most of you are the Mikrotik fanboy. So probably today we're talking about more on Mikrotik scripting, right? Yeah, if everyone agree, yes, yeah, uh, yeah. Just yeah, we try to share the. Is it updated? Oh, not yet. Ah, yeah. So I have updated the agenda. Thank you. Okay, so introduction. My name is we are GLC, Gadalitas Cakrawala. We're based in Bandung, Indonesia. We do training and IT consulting, partner for Mikrotik, Ubiquiti, Linux, and other stuff. Product is a Radius Manager. We do regular events like we're doing today. Yeah, if you want to be a presenter, just feel free to contact us. Okay, just for the sake for sharing. My name is Achmad. I'm based in Bandung. Many users, a Linux user, Mikrotik user, Ubiquiti user, PHP user, MySQL user. What else? PostgreSQL user, uh, Bash user, whatever. Okay. So yeah, we do Mikrotik. We love Mikrotik because yeah, it has lots of features, affordable. Yeah, you can do many things with Mikrotiks. So that's why we love Mikrotik a lot here in Indonesia. Okay, almost in every corner of a network, you can see that small box, white box usually, with name of Mikrotik. Yeah. I have a LinkedIn account. So guys, if you have LinkedIn, and then we can connect there. Yeah, I would like to connect with you guys. More friends, more possibility, more opportunity. Past experiences, yeah, we do network support, billing integration, system administrations in Malaysia, in Africa, in Congo, in yeah, some places in Europe. I never been to America. Yeah, once, but it was just remote. Never been physically there. Perhaps in the future. In Asia, some countries. Yes. About the GLC webinar, this is not our first time. We started from 2010. And for yourself, thank you very much. Okay, guys, if you haven't introduced yourself, okay, please say something here. At least we know where you're from. Okay. Oh, I got yeah, yeah. Thank you, Petar. Yeah. So I correctly pronounce your name from Bulgaria, right? Okay, prerequisite. So in this, we assume you already have some knowledge. At least you know how to use computer. At least you have done some programmings before. Okay, familiar with Linux and router as command. So again, this is not for zero. For beginner. So, but at least you must have a basic. Okay. Especially the last one here, familiar with Linux command, because what you put in the script is the commands. Okay. So you automate those commands in your script. Okay. So that you don't have to do many things manually. Okay, so let's discuss some of them. I'll be using Python here when discussing some programming concept. So before we go further, we talk about the scripting and compiling. So scripting requires interpreter, while compiling requires a compiler. So when we execute the scripting, we execute the files, but the files must contain the interpreter on the first line. Okay, or you can type interpreter and after that the file name. While compiling a compiled language, you just the result is binary file so that you can just execute the files. Okay, examples are, yeah, there are many scripting languages like PHP, Bash, Python, okay, Mikrotik as well. For compiler, C, Java, other language that needs to be compiled before you can run it. So here's basic stuff. So we assume you already know some of this. So these are the basic knowledge if you are working in any programming language. Yeah, whatever language. So those language must have this kind of features. First, you must have a variables. Oops. So variable is a place where you put a value. For example, this one. So you assign the value into a variable. So this is the variables. Okay. And then you have commands. Yeah, like print. Uh, yeah. Prints, echo, or ls, or cd, or whatever. Okay. And then there'll be an operations, arithmetic operation, plus, minus, multiplications, divisions, modulus. Okay, so that's operations. And then usually they have array like this. Okay, so one variable consists of many variables. And then this is the most important one, not the most important one. One important features of language is loop. Our iteration. So ability to do repetitive tasks again and again with a certain condition. Usually there are two loops, for loop and while loops. So for loop is done if you have a finite number. Okay. Let me undo. Oops. Finite. So finite number of iteration. So while is infinite. Yeah. So it depends on the condition. Okay, so as long as condition met, and then the loop is still keep going. But for loop, okay, yeah, we already mentioned how many iterations you will be doing. Okay, yeah, so that's the big difference between the finite and infinite. Okay, I mean for loop and while loop. Usually the execution is used in a procedural way. So it means that the code is executed in a logical manner, sequential manner. Okay, so from line number 1, 2, 3, so execute from top to bottom. Okay, so this is easy to understand, faster to implement, yeah, because it's natural. Yeah, it's natural for us to implement this kind of programming. So it's not like OOP where your head is a little bit dizzy because the execution is not always sequential. Okay. The program lines can be very long. Yes, it's true. I can. Yeah, I've created in the past and yeah during my project the program lines can be very long, few thousand, several thousand lines. Yeah, it's possible. Yeah. So yeah, I need a way to architect, yeah, for this procedure, like manage our code physically, manage our application logic. Okay, so yeah, that's the procedural language. And then in order to have efficient code, usually we group those functions. So when we develop a program, usually what we offer is is what we offer is features, right? And then those feature is built up on functions. So yeah, so in order to make it efficient, usually we set up a functions for that. Okay. Oh, sorry, I turn on my camera. So yeah. So this is how you define a function. So this is Python. So you define a function with def, and then here's the function name, and then here's the parameters, and then here's your code. Okay, so the way you call is you call the function name, you put here the argument. So here we call it arg. Okay, argument number 1, argument number 2, and then from the other side here we call it parameter 1, parameter 2. Okay, so that's the anatomy how you uh, use the functions. All right. Oops, sorry. Okay. Sometimes, yeah, if we put everything in one files, it's going to be very, very long, and it's hard to read. Okay, so that's why sometimes we put those functions into a separated files, and then usually we call them library. So, for example, here we have we have two files, my module and then my app. Okay, so here we put there like functions or variables or any other things, and then here this is the first file, this is the second files, and then we import the modules that we created in the previous files. Okay, so by using this, our program can be modular. Okay, so we don't put everything in one files, and then it's more readable. Okay, I have a chat here. Okay, what did it say? Oh, okay, yeah, sorry. I'm speaking English, yeah, maaf ya. But it's okay lah. I know your English is good ya, bagus ya. Siapa ini namanya? Kevin ya. Kevin, jangan khawatir. Okay. Next, Linux scripting. Okay. So scripting in Linux, it depends on the shell that we are using. Okay. So yes, it depends on the shell we are using. So scripting in Linux, it's not unified into one scripting language, but depends on the shell. So if you are using a bash shell, and then your script will be bash script, either C shell script or corn shell script. So this is the most popular bash script. Why there are a lot of shell in Linux? Because each shell has its own features, and Linux is very open, so that's why there are so many shells in Linux. Okay, you can use a bash shell, C shell, corn shell, whatever shell, Z shell, and I'm using Mac now. So Mac is using Z shell, okay, ZSH, yeah. So usually when you create a script, so usually you put the name is a file name dot the script. So like sh. Do you have to put extension? No, you don't have to. But it is a good idea to inform that, oh, okay, this files actually is a script. Okay, so extension here is optional, but it will be good idea if you put them. Okay, so you execute the Linux script from the terminal, and then you put many things over there. Okay, so for complex tasks, usually we use other programming language like Python, because because again depends on the features. Okay, Bash is actually it's just a shell. Okay, and then shell has features. Bash, to some extent you can do programming, but yeah, the feature is very limited. So for more complex tasks, usually people use other language like Python here. Yeah. Anything else? No. Yeah, so perhaps I can show some of you of the Bash scripts. So let me share the whole screen here. Yeah, just want to write some code that is based on the a Bash shell. Okay, let me connect in the new window, for example. Okay, so this is my server. Okay, so everyone can hear, I can see my screen here, right? Yeah, so this is Linux, okay? So you can check it. This is Linux shell, okay? So what you can do is depends what you know about Linux command. So like you can do ls, okay? And then you can see something there. And you can do like creating a files using Vim, like script01.sh. Actually, no, just put it here. For example, echo. So one command on Bash on Linux is echo, and then hello world. Okay, echo is similar to you execute hello world directly like this. Okay. And then this is your script over here. Okay, see, this is a files. And then in order to execute, and then you can use a bash. So this is the content looks like, okay, this echo. So when you execute, you have to call the interpreter, that is bash, and then the file name. Okay, so that's how you execute them. But I don't want to type bash every time I want to execute the files. How do I do that? Well, you can do like this, script, for example, 01 into script 02, okay. And then you need to understand where your interpreter is. So it's on /bin bash. So you have to update the files, and then on the first line, you need to put we call it shebang rules, which contain the location of the interpreter. Okay, so that's how it looks like. Cat script 02. Okay, so that's how it looks like. And then if you want to execute, and then you can just execute the files. Script 02. Oh, permission denied. Let's check. It must have a permission to execute the files. Okay, so you can do, you can change the mode into, you can add the, you can change the mode or permission of particular files. In this case, is script 02. So you give them ability to particular files so that it can be executed from the command line. Okay, so you can add X for executable, and then let's check. So you can see the difference. Okay, so previously this was the permissions, and after that this was the permission. So you can see X here, which means you can execute the files. Okay, so let's execute the files, and here you go. Okay, I have a question here. I don't know the difference between shell and command lines. Wow. Looks like you're very new to Linux. So when we talk about operating system, okay, let's talk about the computer system. So in a computer system, you have hardware, okay, and then inside, and then on top of that, you have software, right? And then on top of that, you have brainware, which is VR, okay? If we take a look more deeper into software, and then there will be a operating system, okay, OS, and then the application. Okay, so applications like Microsoft Word, Winbox, whatever, browser, right? Yeah, so those are the apps, but most likely people do not care about the operating system, right? So they just care about what I want to do is just type in the Google Maps. Yeah, but before the Google Map, there must be an operating system that runs before the Google Maps runs. Okay, so that is called operating system. And then inside the operating system, we have kernel. And then on top of the kernel is the shell here. Okay, so and the kernel talk to the hardware. Okay, so if we draw again hardware, and then we have kernel, and then we have shell. Okay, so shell is the one or object or items that can communicate your instruction into the kernel. Okay. So hopefully that yeah, the explanations is clear enough to yeah, to satisfy your confusion. All right, so that was scripting in Linux. Okay, so it's very easy. Yeah, I mean this script is very simple. Of course, it's understandable. But if we want to have more complex, yes, we can do that. Depends on the depends on the case. We can use, for example, add some interaction. For example, here we can use read, for example. There's piece. So here you can put a please input your name, for example. Yeah. Here. Okay, and then here is name is the variable, and then we can say something echo hello $name. So every variables must be prefixed with dollar in bash shell. And then let's say read. So read means they need input in bash script. So minus sn1 sp press any key to continue. Okay, and then echo, and then we decided to exit. Exit with exit status is 0. Okay, when we execute, input your name, Achmad. Hello, Ahmad. Any key to continue? Yes. Yeah, so that's an example of bash scripting. Okay. So it's kind of cool, right? So it can take some input. Okay, so as long as you know how Linux works, you know how to use a Linux command, and then you can create scripting in Linux. Okay. Right, so that was scripting in Linux. So next is about RouterOS script. So unlike Linux that has many shells, Mikrotik has its own shell. I don't know, how you say it, fortunate or unfortunate? Well, because Mikrotik has its own shell, we cannot do something like something that we did on Linux before. Okay, so with Linux you can do many things because Python, because Linux is operating system, and then operating system has shells, and then with shells, after shells, and then you can put many things there, including programming language, right? Like Python, like Bash, like PHP, like that. Even database, you can put anything on Linux system. But Mikrotik is not. Mikrotik has its own shell, so you cannot use your bash shells in the router script. No, you cannot do that. So yeah, so you need to understand how Mikrotik commands is executed. You must understand how Mikrotik command is arranged. Okay, so router script is executed from terminal. And then unfortunately, there is no editor in Mikrotik. So yeah, so all of your script must be prepared before you execute it on the terminal. Yeah, I don't know, maybe this is bad or not. So you cannot use other language for extending the task. Now, unlike Linux, where you can switch any programming you like, I mean, any programming language you like, you first create bash, and then after that, for complex query, you call Python script, that's fine. You call PHP, okay, no problem. But RouterOS is not, okay? So it's very limited, and then they have their own way for doing tasks, which is different to the different compared to other programming language. Okay, so for example, yeah, let's talk about the scripting features from the Mikrotik. Okay, so wait, I think I have a problem here with my computer. So please wait, please wait. Where is it? Okay, so yeah, it should be okay by now. Can you still hear my voice? Hello? Can you still hear my voice? That's 1, 2, 3. Hello, guys. Oh yeah, thank you, thank you. Okay, let's continue. So this is command line structure. So yeah, perhaps I can share the screen here along with the Mikrotik shell. Okay, so this is a command line structure, and yeah, so this is how it looks like. Okay. Yeah, so this is how command line in Mikrotik. So you cannot use ls. Yeah, sometimes I use Linux every day, and I use the similar behavior on Linux to Mikrotik, like ls or cd. That's not working. Okay, so because Mikrotik already limit the functionality of their terminal. Okay, so this is the Mikrotik terminal. What you can do is you press the oops. Okay, oh it's a little bit different now. You press the question mark. Okay, question mark to know the command for Mikrotik here. So actually, it's not command. I will say it's more on the menu here. So for example, you put the interface, okay, interface, and then you put tab or print, okay, and then there you go. That's the total interface you have on your system. Okay, so this is how Mikrotik looks like. The anatomy of Mikrotik lines. Okay, sorry. So it's prefix. Prefix can be here or this one. Okay, so like what I said, this is prefix. Okay, And then here's the path of the command. Okay, so like this /interface. Okay, and then here's the command. Command is here. Okay, so command is in purple. Yeah. So prefix is this slash path is on cyan color here. And then command is in the purple with the purple color. Okay, and then you can use parameters and then parameters. For example, you can use things like print. You can use where type. You put the question mark type equals to. Oh, sorry. Where interface. Yeah, I think it's type. Type is Ethernet. Oh. Well, type is, or maybe we need to print the detail first. Print detail. Is there any type? Oh, type is ether. Okay. Where type is ether. Yeah. Okay. So as you can see here, okay, so this is the anatomy of Mikrotik command line. So this is the prefix, and then here's the path. Okay. And here's the command here. Here's the parameters here, and then here's the parameters and value here. Okay, so that's how Mikrotik router OS. Oh, my camera is on. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so hopefully the streaming is okay because I turn off the camera. Yeah, so that's how command line structure on Mikrotik. So actually this one is very, very useful, right? Yeah. Yeah. So you can filter many things, especially if you are working in BGP routers, and then you want to filter certain routers, you can use that kind of trick. Okay, very, very useful. Okay, next is variables. Oh yeah, variables. So variables has two types. Okay, either it's a local or in global. Okay, so if it is local, for example, this is how you define a variable. So you put here a colon. Okay, so as prefix local, and then you put the name var1, and then the value. For example, Ahmad. Okay, done. And then you want to put something in the output. Yeah, hello world, for example. Hello world, for example, like this. Okay, yes, you can. Or also you can echo the variables like var1. But this one doesn't work. Why? Because the var1 here is only local. Okay, it's only local here. Yeah, var1 here is only local. So this is how you execute the local variables. Okay, that's how a local variable looks like. Okay, so you cannot execute them in the next command. Okay, unless you put them in the one big or not one big, in the one file. So those one files is considered as one local. Okay. Yeah, so that's how you define a value. Others is, for example, you put local var. If you want to change, and then you can just set var1 into hello. Oh, it's not working. Oh, dollar. Oh, yeah. So you change the value. And what about global? So global means that can be accessed from anywhere. So instead of local, you can use global. For example, I'm using var2, and then the content is Achmad. And then, as you can see, because it's global, that can be seen from anywhere here on the environment. Okay, so that's the global. Okay, so if you want to change, yes, you can. You can change it. You can change the content. For example, this one, see, it's changed. Okay, so if you change again, hello Ahmad, and then there you go, it changes. And if you want to put it on the monitor as an output, you can use dollar. You can use put or to, yeah. So yeah, that's how it looks like. Okay, I have a question here. How about layer 7 protocol firewall? If I create a new list to use, according to you, same like a shell. Well, layer 7 protocol is part of firewall like this. So yeah, so you put the name of the rules, rule 1, for example, or let make it clear, L7 rule 1, and then here you put the rule. So of course, because it's based on regex, a regular expression, so you need to understand how regex works. Okay, at least you need to understand the regex expressions like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, and so on and so forth. Oh yeah, like this. Okay, so yeah, so the answer is yeah. You can create layer 7 rule protocol here. Apply, and then there you go. Okay, so hopefully it answered the questions. Also, yeah, be careful with the data type. Okay, data type is very important for every programming language. Yeah, standard data type like numeric or Boolean, string. Yeah, this. This is very, very specific for Mikrotik. IP, see, IP prefix, IPv6, IPv6 prefix, time. Array is common in others, but IP is not. Well, I think PostgreSQL also have data type of IP address. PostgreSQL, yes. Yeah, so how do I know the data type? Yes, we can just use here and then type, if I'm not mistaken. Type, right? Oh, I forgot the syntax. Anyone knows? Oh, type of. Oops. Type of, like this. Uh-huh. Yeah, I forgot to, wait, let me check. Oh, sorry. So you have to put them in the front. Type of. Yeah, this is important. Why? Because sometimes when you do scripting, some operation requires the same data type. For example, if you want to do calculation, of course, like arithmetic calculation, both data type must be numeric. Yes, correct. So this is how you check the data type. Okay. Yeah, in this case is a string. String means everything inside the uh, quotes. Okay. Okay. So yeah. Oh, I have. Okay, there is one person here. Send a message. It's not for the. Oh, okay. So somebody's asking me to do training, on-site training, offline training. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I do deliver training in many places, in Jakarta, in Bandung, in uh, in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur, in many places, in UK, in Africa. Yeah, yeah. That's what we are doing. So if somebody asks me, can you do training in offline? Yes, of course. Perhaps depends on the situation because we are in the middle of Corona. Okay, let's continue. So variable is important because that's the place where you put the data, where you manipulate the data. And then the things that you need to be aware of is the scope of the variables and the data type. Yeah, because certain calculations requires data type. I mean, correct data type. Okay, so for example, for calculations, you have to, yeah, yeah, both data type must be exactly the same. Like both of them are numeric. Hey, oh, finish. Oh, I haven't added more script. Hmm. Oh yeah. How do I, for example, I already put the script here. So how do I execute that? Yeah, yeah. Well, you can upload the files into the Mikrotik Router OS, but there is no VI here. Yeah. So previously here in Linux, I can create files. I can do whatever I like here. That's why I love Linux. But for Mikrotik, you cannot do that. Why? Because this is not bash shell. When if you I type vim and then it's going to be red, right? Red means it's the syntax error. The shell do not recognize what it means. It's not a command here. So you cannot use. There is no internal editor at Mikrotik Router OS. So what you can do is you upload files to the Mikrotik IP address is 1047. Okay, let's check. Okay, 1047.58. 10. Oh, okay, so IP address is wrong. 58. Okay, not 48, 58. Okay. Protocol is SSH. Yeah, secure cell port is 22. User is admin. Password is password. Click OK and then try to connect. Okay, I need to put the password. Ah, yeah, now it's working. Yes, yes, yes. So this is how it looks like. Okay, so I already log in. So as you can see, this is how the layout of the router OS. So here is similar to this. Okay, so both of them are same. So I will put a script here. Let's create a new file. Script 01.rsh. Yeah, that's the standard extension for Mikrotik scripting file. So as you can see, yeah, it's been uploaded over there. So I can update here. I can edit the files. Yeah, and then I already set them. There is a plugin here for Mikrotik router OS, so that it can give us things like linter for syntax highlighting. So okay, so I can do whatever I like here. So I can define local var1, and then it's Achmad. I can put here local var2, Mardiansyah. Okay, save it and put $var1. Yes. Okay, and then if I save the files, there will be a notification from FileZilla if that the file is changed. So do you want to upload back to the server? Yes. It's connecting, transfer, and then you can see the file size here is changed. So what I can do is execute the files. So I cannot say like script 01.rsc. I cannot do that. But what I can do is import script 01, and yeah, here it is. Okay. So here, if you execute this one in the command line, yes, you can, but the results will not like what you expect. Why? Because because as you can see here, the command on line number 3 cannot be executed because var1 here is only local. Okay, so if you execute in one script, so the whole variables there will be considered as a local. All right. Anything else before we? Oh, it's already 2034 now. Yeah, we can delete the files, the variables here. Anyone have questions? Any questions? Is applying a new script in Mikrotik will override the running config automatically? That depends. That depends, of course. So, for example, that's why. Yeah, let me give you an example. So here's the address. Okay, so iter1 is this, and then I can put, let's say, slash IP address set iter2 set interface iter2, and then address is 111/24, for example. Oh, okay. Oh, set, yeah. So it has to be added. Has to be added first. So instead of set, I use add. So I can see there is a new IP address here. And later on, I can set it to set. Yeah, now I can do. Oh, okay. Yeah, and then yeah, so there is one parameters here that says the numbers. So here we know that the number here is, oh, there is no number here. Okay. So, but at least we know we can use something like, yeah, numbers. Yeah, numbers. So we need to know if we want to set, we need to know which lines needs to be set. So that's why we can use find. Yeah, find interface is iter2. Okay, so that's how you can find the interface. 2, for example. Now it's changed, right? So I can put the command here. So let's say I put 3. Oh, maybe I can make it more interesting. Things like this 3. Okay. Oh, I don't know. Maybe the data type is not similar, but anyway, I just put this one first. Okay, files change. You want to upload? Yes. Yeah, so I will run the script. Import. Yeah. So if I run the script and on line 5, it will change the IP address of iter2 because that's the command. Okay, now it's changed. Okay. So this is how it looks like. Okay, so we import, and then the file is here. Script01, execute this, and this. So what it does here is changing the IP address of this one. Where, so find here is like where interface is iter2, this. Yeah, so answering your questions, is it override the running config? Yes, as you can see, it's live demo here. Okay, so yeah, so I think in the future, as a network admin that manage Mikrotik, what you are doing is just create a script and run. Okay, so you don't have to go to to Winbox and then click and then click and then click and change and then click here and change. Yes, you can do, of course. Yes, yeah, no doubt about that. Okay, blah 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 blah, including the firewall. Okay, so you execute again, and then it's back to the previous one. Okay. Oh, perhaps I can show you an example here. This is our test system also. This is an example of how we create a Mangle rule. Okay, let me delete all of them. So as you can see, this is our test system. So we can say like, we can run script firewalls, and then as you can see, it will create many things. See, yeah, it created automatically, right? Anyone see? See, I'm not doing anything. So everything is done by the script. Oops, sorry, let me close it down. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, is it done? Yes, done. So let me stop this one and then up to this. All right, so that's one example. And then I will run another script, for example, sync. Yeah, this is just a name. Okay, and then as you can see it's created the rules. Okay, see, it created automatically. See, so our job here is to create the script. So there'll be lots of if, then, else. Yeah. So I think in the future, I mean, why do we need to set up a script? Because we need to manage lots of what is it? Oh, it's done. Yeah, it's done. Cool. Yeah, because we need to manage many routers. Okay, so yeah, we develop script, run it, and then off we go. For example, you delete this one. Okay. Okay, I deleted. Okay, all of them. For example, some of them. Oh, what have you done? What happened? Easy, man. Just rerun the script. Oh, look what you have done. I will fire you. Look. Oh, what happened? What happened? Look, it created again. Wow, amazing. It's a miracle. Just kidding. All right. Oh, it's almost 9 o'clock now. Oh, let's keep running and running. See, it will create the firewalls back. Yeah, done. See, everybody? Cool, isn't it? Okay, I think that's all. Hope that one is quite entertaining. And I think time is up. So it's time for us to, oh yeah, so this is the end of slide. Thank you for your attention. I have to read this. Submit your feedback at this URL. Feedback. Okay, so for further events in glcnetworks.com, our website, Facebook, it's there. Slide will be uploaded on Slideshare. Recording will be uploaded on our channel on YouTube. Okay. Okay, stop. And it's time for, oh, yeah, it's time for photo session. Okay, guys, please turn on your camera, and I need to take a look. I mean, take picture of all of you. Okay, so what do you think about the scripting? So hopefully that that can, I mean, easier. That can make your life easier, right? Okay. Uh, well, about the script, no, it's I cannot share it to you because it's for our own environment. But you get the idea. Okay, please submit feedback here. Okay, again, I already put your, the feedback over there. So again, please, okay, submit and then make our webinar better. Okay, I will take a screenshot here. Okay, thumbs up. Guys, smile. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. Okay, second page. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. Okay, so previously it was almost 45, 50, 50, yeah, in the beginning. But now it's almost 40. So again, guys, thank you very much for coming. Okay, it's very nice to see you all here. And please submit your feedback, and I will see you in the next webinar next week. Again, please stay safe, because we are in the middle of pandemic. Hope everyone is safe, and then keep healthy, and then hopefully to see you again in the future. Okay, again, thank you very much, and good evening, and have a good day.